Welcome to Another Look, a film podcast where we go back and discuss a filmmaker's body of work from their hits to their misses, as well as genres, eras, movements, and everything in between. On this episode, it is the bonus episode. I'm Ian Killian.
I'm Jordan Mushino.
Ben Riley.
Murder my sweet! Murder my sweet!
That's Nick Creekbaum. And on this special episode, we have our pal, Christopher Davis.
I'm your pal.
He's our special bonus specialist.
He was on our last bonus one. Or
yeah.
One of our bonus
He was
ones.
the Comic-Con episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is
bonus dude.
He's
was
the
on
bonus
another one.
veteran, the boner.
Yeah.
So, did everybody have a good Turkey Day, Thanksgiving? I don't really care about Thanksgiving, so
Me either.
yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck giving thanks.
But-
I waited in line for sheep shit.
But yeah, what Nick, this is Nick's month though. He, him getting just buying shit and rolling in capitalist ideals.
Yeah?
Did you get anything cool? Nah. But I do have a little. We saw you when Devin was buying a TV, and he walked up to us and was talking to us a little bit. And he goes, "I have to go check on something." And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Something," and he just walked away.
You never saw him again?
No. What?
I was in
Why were you being shady?
I was in game mode, man. I was in go mode.
Were you afraid that we were gonna get the last one, like
I
the
didn't-
last Turbo Man?
No. I wasn't. I wasn't afraid. I just didn't know what I was working with.
Oh, okay. It was just very weird. You didn't look me in the eye,
He was like every man for himself.
and
he
then
did that exact same thing at Walmart.
and
He's like, "Hi, Jordan. I
At
gotta
Walmart,
go."
I was pissed off
Why?
because I was a taxi at Walmart.
and then my mom. I saw my mom on Saturday.
I saw her.
And she goes, no, you said you saw her. And then I was like, oh, I heard you saw Nick Creekbaum. And she's like, yeah. So I heard this guy in Dick's,
No, it was in Bonton.
in Bonton, whining not whining, just like bitching, going, you're going to give me something I don't want. You're going to give me something I don't want. And she turned around, and it was Nick Creekbaum, her son's friend.
Sounds about right.
I hate getting clothes for Christmas. Damn it.
Yeah, what a spoiled fucking.
Who are you yelling at?
His mom.
Sadie. yeah.
Sadie.
Even
And
worse.
did my mom talk to you?
Yeah.
She was like,
She laughed.
She said, "Get it anyway" or something.
Yeah. We both laughed.
yeah. Yeah, she's like, I heard this grown guy whining, and I turned around, and it's Nick.
Yeah, I laughed at that.
But yeah, we were out for a little bit, and just got a couple things, and I bought some movies, but yeah, I didn't go hard. I don't even think I did anything last year, but yeah, whatever.
Jordan went hard.
Got one video game. Did anybody watch anything cool?
Jordan saw Charles Dickens.
Who is Charles Dickens? Did you just learn?
I don't know.
What else did he write besides A Christmas Carol?
Not Grapes of Wrath, but Catcher in the Rye.
No.
Like so confident?
You're 100 years off.
Am I?
Yeah,
Say cheese and
but
die.
you would. This is exactly who you would make fun of.
Who? Charles Dickens?
Yeah, well, like what else he wrote?
Canterbury Tales?
That's,
A Tale of Two Cities, a Prince and Pauper.
Is that what he wrote?
No, I don't know.
Shit
he
like
wrote
that.
a tale.
Yeah,
Shit.
Tale
Yeah.
of yeah.
Oliver Twist,
Oh, I didn't.
Great
know.
Expectations,
Yeah,
stuff
okay.
like that.
Uh-huh.
Please, sir, can I have some more? That's what you say to Sadie.
I'd rather fucking read
The back of your palm.
Goosebumps shit.
Well, speaking of Goosebumps shit, our friend Jay Lee just finished his most recent book, The
Puppet, the Witch, and the Crow.
Puppet, the Witch, and the Crow. Yeah.
You almost called it something else.
I did. That was my mistake. It's just the 3-word title thing is hard. But yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, good job.
50,000
50
words in less than a month, dude.
50,000
I'm
words.
impressed.
Yeah. I haven't wrote any.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. So good job. But did anybody watch anything good that's worth talking about, or should we just get into the movies? Ooh, okay, this is fun. This is fun to listen to.
What'd you watch, Nick?
Well, I didn't
Yeah, a
watch.
little
Yeah,
bit closer
get
to
close to the
I didn't
mic,
watch
Ethan.
anything, but I watched some stuff, but nothing worth mentioning. But Ben and I went to see John Carpenter again and met him last
Yeah.
Saturday.
Oh yeah, how was that?
last Saturday.
How
It was
that?
awesome.
Did Ben get your stuff signed correctly?
No, but he commented on the laser discs that
Like, oh, that's cool.
he's like, ooh, vintage or whatever he said. What did he say?
Said that's some old stuff.
That's some old stuff, yeah.
Was
That's cool.
Was that Paul McCartney?
I was gonna say, yeah, was he one of the
Yeah.
Beatles?
Yeah. It was a good time.
That's good.
I knocked
Was it
some-
in Philly?
Was it a better show this time?
Yes.
I
Oh,
think
good.
so.
We
Was
were
it-
up front.
Was he saying goofy shit?
Yeah, he said one thing that I still have no clue what he meant.
Yeah, it was something about love, and it was about Halloween, and we were very confused.
He's like, I know one thing. Love will last forever.
And he had an
then
echo
he kicked in,
effect.
and then he kicked into Halloween, and I was like, what the
Well, it's
fuck?
like brotherly love or something. you know?
Probably meant like the love for horror is what I
Yeah,
got. What I
maybe.
got.
Or
from
he
it.
thinks, or he's like into like people
killing his sister and
killing-
shit, even
yeah.
though technically in his but yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's not. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of weird, but
But yeah, it was
Well-
a good time.
Jordan, did you see anything?
I watched Takashi Miike's 100th movie,
Yeah.
Blade of the Immortal.
Oh, cool.
It was a good time. It's just 2.5 hours of like chopping shit up, and he can't die.
He's got bloodworm.
He's got bloodworms in him that sew his wounds back together, so he might win.
It's a fun watch though.
Yeah, it's actually a really cool, inventive, samurai movie. I would recommend for sure.
Yeah, I recently watched his Masters of Horror, and that was one of my favorite ones of that series. The rest are not very good, but he did like one that was really gross. But yeah, that's one I want to see. Is the what's it called again?
Blade of the Immortal.
Blade of the Immortal. Yeah, that's something on my list to watch because I'm kind of feeling the pressure to watch as much 2017 movies as possible.
Yeah, we're nearing the
I want
end.
to see that Brawl and Cell Block, whatever.
I saw that. That was the thing I was going to talk about. It's awesome, I did see some complaints where people were like, this is an all right movie, this is a Trump supporter movie. I think if it was
Really?
yeah, I think if it was a tad more political, then I would agree with that, but I didn't see enough. It's just a white guy who's sick of what's getting handed to him, and he he'll do anything to change that. But that's the basics, but it's brutal. A lot of arm breaking. It doesn't cut away.
Unfortunately, Pirate Bay went down.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
No.
Donate to it.
Donate.
But yeah, Brawl was good. I recently watched that new documentary, Jim and Andy, Jim Carrey and
I wanna
Andy.
watch that.
Oh,
I
I
heard that
watched.
was good.
I watched a bunch of it.
It was good.
Yeah.
Jerry Lawler.
Yeah, it's so fun. He like he
Really
told
awkward.
and Jim Carrey's a dick for it and kind of crazy, but it was entertaining.
Yeah, you can't be Tony Clifton to people.
But
You know what I mean?
But I mean, there's like cool stories of him, like the whole Tony Clifton at
yeah.
the Playboy Mansion is so cool.
Yeah, all that stuff is fascinating. I didn't finish it because I just kind of had it as background noise, but I was into it.
Yeah, it's if you like comedy and interested in like some history about it, it's a nice nod to some weirdos in
Yeah.
comedy. Like Jim is weird and
Or just Man on the Moon in general,
Yeah.
which is a good movie.
yeah.
I liked that movie, but I didn't. At the time when I saw it, I didn't really think it was as good.
We were
as,
pretty young though.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say. That was a
Yeah.
while ago.
Ben, did you watch anything good?
Have we talked about Justice League at all? I don't know.
No.
if that's worth talking
Hope
about.
not.
Yeah, I think it's worth talking about.
Yeah, talk about it. I didn't see it yet. Maybe tonight if I'm desperate and lonely.
Dude, you're missing out.
Yeah, me, Jordan, and Nick saw it, and we were all pretty much on the same page about it. It's just a bit of a mess, like tonal shifts all over the place. You can tell it's two different people, two people's visions coming together and not cohesively either.
Yeah, but even
I
Zack Snyder's shit didn't impress me, and I like Zack
Well,
Snyder.
we can't really say. We can't. I don't
Yeah,
think
who
it
knows?
would, but we can't really say without seeing
Yeah.
his stuff in context. you
Yeah.
know. Did you watch it, Chris?
No, I've been wanting to like go to a cheap showing, but I've been so busy
Yeah.
last couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's not like a train wreck. There's some things to enjoy about it, but they're more or less, it's just a lot of complicated,
And
like stupid things
What
going
did you
on.
enjoy about it?
just basic like character stuff, like
You
all
al-
these
you already
characters
care
coming
about them,
together.
Yeah.
I think I can see potential in some characters like Cyborg. He's not well used, but
It's a
I
little
could see-
boring, but yeah.
I
I
could
thought
see,
Batman was an idiot.
Yeah, I thought
Batman
Batman was
was an
kind of
idiot.
dumb.
He was an idiot in Batman vs Superman too, though.
Disagree.
He really was, and I can't wait for Ben Affleck's Batman to be gone.
You don't have to wait long, I don't think.
Yeah, thankfully.
I don't think Affleck's performance was the problem.
No,
though.
what that
I
was
think his
too.
writing was.
He was. Well, yeah, the writing's bad, but so was Ben Affleck.
really.
I think he kind of doesn't want to do it anymore, so he's
think
kind
it-
of just
I don't
going
blame
through
him.
it. No one made him do it.
Well, no, but he, maybe contractually, maybe
There's a
he
Well,
has
he
to.
accepted the role.
There's a problem with this superhero team, and that there's nothing for Batman to do in this entire movie, and there's nothing for the Flash to do besides save
Oh
a
my
family who
God.
has no reason for being in the movie.
Now, do you think it has a problem with not having their individual movies before a team up movie? Because
I was gonna say, I think the bigger problem.
can you
is,
get a little closer? Because
Oh, yeah, yeah.
it's hard. With
like this?
cool, yeah, perfect.
I think the biggest problem that movie had was just having the weight of the previous movies that have all the issues they have, and trying to. Because from what I've heard of like reviews and stuff, it's like all the stuff like the end, like between like the ending and all this stuff is just so different from the previous movies. Like trying to right wrongs they did with Superman and fix this whole like why did all this like doesn't Batman just like really respect Superman all of a sudden in this movie when he like had no reason to hate him?
Yeah.
and Batman v
Motivations
Superman
make no
like-
sense.
Yeah, especially Superman. Superman as a beacon of hope makes no sense in this entire world.
Mhm.
You know,
What's-
three
but
movies were.
it's what he's supposed to be.
Exactly.
But they
Yeah.
didn't do that.
Yeah.
before. Yeah.
I think we can agree, the people that have seen it, that this movie is worse than Batman Superman.
I agree.
Yeah, I
Do
agree.
you think it's just like, oh, we have these properties and we got to use them and we got to keep current and then
They're trying to compete with Marvel, and
Yeah.
they're
It ain't gonna work.
yeah. I don't want them to like straight up copy Marvel's, because obviously that works, but I think there's a better way of going about it than
Yeah.
they're currently
Do
doing.
something different.
yeah.
God.
Well,
And
they
I
are-
thought they were gonna.
Well, isn't that that's what they've been doing, right?
Yeah,
I think
that's what-
Justice League is them trying to pull
Yeah.
towards Marvel, and that's a problem.
I think it's they're trying to bring some levity into
Yeah.
the movies.
They
And
need to
that's
go one way or the other,
Yeah.
not just middle
Yeah.
shit that they're doing.
Even Zack Snyder's failures are better than just
A concoction,
concoction of shit. Yeah.
of shit. Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok. It just goes to show you how much people are behind Marvel shit than
Yeah.
DC, and how much better that
Well,
performed.
Even though Batman and Superman are like
Or the quintessential
Yeah.
heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching a podcast talking about Justice League, and this guy, Mark Bernardin, you know who he is, right?
Oh yeah,
He had a good analogy where DC's like this guy with a huge dick then doesn't know how to use it, and Marvel's like this dude with an average dick who put in the work and the effort. Because like Marvel made you care about characters that were like nobodies before, like Iron Man and like Guardians of the
Guardians?
Galaxy,
Yeah.
and people
Yeah.
love that stuff.
Yeah.
I
And,
do
like,
think they need to make us still care about them, though.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they seem to stop being characters, I think, and they're just starting to tell jokes and be punchliney and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, especially Bruce Banner in Thor Ragnarok.
I was disappointed in
Yeah,
that,
he's
too.
just he's like, "Where have I been?" And then he just tells like 5 jokes, and
Yeah. Yeah, because it was more of a Hulk role than a Bruce
Yeah.
Banner
Yeah.
role.
Yeah.
Like they just kind of threw.
Yeah.
They,
He was kind of playing like the straight man and like just kind of asking questions and
yeah.
this isn't right, you know.
So I hope they can find some serious ground when they get into the real big Infinity War stuff, because you know, if you want us to take your villain serious, you have to kind of be a little serious.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking on the way to the podcast. I think Star Wars has a good thing going. Isn't maybe we'll get sick of one every year, but I think it's a good idea to have the main saga and then these all these supporting stories around it. I don't think Marvel has a main saga. You know, as much as they think they do with like the Thanos stuff, it's very put to the side, and
Yeah, I think they said after Infinity War they're stepping away from that kind of thing. Now
Yeah.
that they've accomplished or will be accomplishing it,
yeah,
movies going forward are going to be very much like
yeah. That took
Their
like
own
a
thing.
decade.
in line or their
Yeah.
own thing, or
yeah, kind of like their own thing. Like they'll still be in the same universe and have connections, but not to the degree that they're doing now.
Because I don't think there's enough.
How many
You know.
stones do they need? I don't know what this. I have no idea what
know.
these stones are about, and
Yeah.
I've seen every one of these movies in
Yeah.
theaters.
And I don't think they expect you to. You know what I mean? Until that movie gets here, but You know,
I'm worried about Star Wars.
Really?
Why?
This one? Why?
Not like
I don't know.
porgs. You're
This
not
is. I think this is the one that has the least worries. They're giving a whole new trilogy to Ryan Johnson because they're so happy with that.
Yeah, what are you worried about?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not too.
You could be worried about the Han Solo movie.
My dick's not too hard for this one.
Yeah.
And the whatever else they have after that. Even 9 maybe. Because they just had to fire directors from each of those
Nick
movies.
wanted the Colin Trevorrow version. He
Yeah,
doesn't
fuck
want
that.
Ryan Johnson.
You wanted.
By the next episode, we'll all have seen Star Wars.
Didn't you say you wanted like a slave Leia story?
No, say that. I hope they kill her off.
Don't say that.
You hope they kill her off.
Well, they need to. Shit.
I mean, it could be good
Yeah.
if Kylo shoots down her ship or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But all right, let's go. We'll take a break on this this boring stuff and talk about something real fun. Do the right thing. All right. Hey Ben, what did we watch this week?
First, we will be talking about Do the Right Thing. It was written and directed by Spike Lee, and it was released in 1989. It stars Danny Aiello, Spike Lee, Ruby Dee, and Ossie Davis. The plot synopsis is on the hottest day of the year on a street in the Bedford-Stuyvesant section of Brooklyn. Everyone's hate and bigotry smolders and builds until it explodes into violence.
Hey, I'm walking here. New York, the Big Apple. Pizza.
Pizza.
Got his fucking card all wet with the fire hydrant.
What?
That pissed me off.
Oh,
What?
I love that scene.
yeah.
The guy from The
Pretty funny.
Sopranos.
Yeah.
Oh,
I forget. He's a bastard in fucking Sopranos, so I already hate him.
he
but-
deserved it.
I thought when I read the
Maybe if he was
synopsis-
nice.
Yeah.
When I read the synopsis for this movie, I thought that he was going to be involved in the act of violence. That's it.
It makes sense, you
Yeah.
know, like, yeah.
I was like, something's going to go down.
Yeah,
Like,
nothing really came of that, like later on.
of the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like
There's just little
little
instances where
episode.
you see that this heat is getting to these people and
Yeah.
they're overreacting.
Yeah. This movie feels hot. It's chaotic. It's stressful. I watched it with Chris, my roommate, and he's just like, "Am I supposed to feel uncomfortable?" I'm like,
I'll tell you what, Spike Lee. Good thing he stuck to directing because my God, is he a terrible actor?
"You really?
Ooh.
I think he's good in this."
Mookie?
Yeah, I
He's
like,
fun.
I like
Great.
Mookie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chris, did you watch it?
Oh yeah, I watched both.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
I think he's good.
Oh, man. I disagree with you a lot on Mookie. I think there are other instances where you could, say
Because
that. But
I was going to talk about acting because it's different, definitely a different style. It's more like theater acting. Like the actor has something in their hands and they're sweeping and they're giving like kind of a monologue-esque line. You know what I mean? That's what I felt because it takes you a little bit to, maybe feel that out. But
I thought Danny Aiello was kind of bad at the end too when he was like, "No, fuck you." He just I
who's
forget.
Danny Aiello?
he's the peace owl.
Oh, okay. I mean, I thought everybody was good.
No, man, I can't.
I'm not going to complain about them.
Yeah.
I do think like
I
it's a
thought the
different
acting-
style of acting.
I thought
but-
the acting was great.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't notice anything that I was like, "Oh, this is really bad."
No.
Yeah, especially Mookie because he's just so. He's
Give
like
me my
the-
money. Give me my money, man. Give me my money. It was like,
Do you know who Mookie is?
Yeah, Spike Lee.
Then why are you
He's
talking?
a shitty actor in it.
No, I don't.
Direct Summer of Sam and stop acting.
It sounds like you're trying to speak like one of the Hispanics.
No, his acting was awful.
I don't think so. But I did notice like a different style of acting. I do think this is Spike's best movie, not acting, but
Yeah.
because he's so hit or miss.
I don't think I've seen. I can't really think. I know
Inside
some
Man-
of the other movies he's
Inside
done,
Man.
but I
He
can't
Got
think
Game.
of the ones I've
He
watched.
did Inside Man.
Yeah.
Inside Man.
I like He Got Game a lot.
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X. Clockers.
Clockers. Malcolm
Summer
X.
Sam.
Jungle-
Red Hook Summer.
Jungle Fever.
Yeah, Chi-Town.
Chirac.
Chirac.
What's that?
He did
The World War II movie that I
Miracle at St.
I
Anna.
couldn't. I hated that movie.
I remember when that
It's,
came out.
it's a really bad movie.
That
But it
story
does-
is very interesting, but I hate that
it
movie.
does have one shot that I absolutely love has always stuck in my head, but I remember what a disappointment that was.
Yeah.
Him grabbing Reggie Miller, or wait, didn't he? Who grabbed? Or
I have no
he
idea.
at the game?
At a Knicks Pacers game.
Yeah.
I think Spike Lee is a important voice, and I think he is telling cool stories that not many directors tell, but yeah, he's
25th Hour, amazing.
Oh, it's really good.
movie's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Never mind. I was gonna say, Nick, why do you like it?
I liked it. I've seen it a long time ago.
He made the Old Boy remake.
Oh,
I like that
I
too.
forgot about that.
I like that too.
Oh,
Good one.
God.
That's really bad.
When you
movie.
think of Old Boy, I'm like, Spike, get in here.
Just
Great
going.
movie.
Oh man, that's I forgot. I forgot about that. But yeah, this movie just it feels like real life. You know, I think he has this. Okay, so we watched The Florida Project today, and that's another movie that like I feel like that director, that person has like their ear to the ground and knows how real life is.
Yeah.
And I think Spike got that captured that pretty well in this movie.
He captures the frustration of all the sides in this kind of
Yeah.
instance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The frustration of the black community and the other neighborhoods that live within this one.
Just
you know?
like the whole dichotomy, because there's the Koreans in there.
Yeah.
They're dealing with their own shit. They're dealing
Exactly.
with people talking shit to them, and but there's also their neighbors afraid that their area is going to be gentrified and they're not going to be able to run or control their own neighborhood.
Right, absolutely.
So that's a super interesting point. There's the idea of what the whole movie's about is just like the pizza shop is not getting their has a wall of fame, and it's all Italian Americans who has never stepped foot
In his pizza
the shop.
or
That neighborhood.
in that neighborhood.
in that neighborhood,
Yeah.
probably. You know,
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra and Al Pacino. Al Pacino doesn't go down there to catch a slice from Sal. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
No way.
Speaking of the Wall of Fame part, I'm bugging out. I knew Giancarlo Esposito
We
was
talked
in
about
it,
that.
but then I was like, all right, when's he going to show up? For some reason, I didn't put it that was him.
Yeah, I
and
did
then
that too.
finally, I was like, holy shit.
And what's his name in Breaking Bad?
Gus.
Gus.
Thank
yeah,
you. We
yeah,
couldn't think
yeah,
about
yeah.
that the entire ride
Yeah.
here.
I was like, I didn't know what he was in there, and then I looked and he's
And then
bugging
I
out.
figured it out. I was like, holy
His
shit.
hair is different. His eyes. He looks.
He seems bigger. He
Yeah.
seems like a bigger person.
Yeah.
I love that scene when he gets his shoes scuffed. It's amazing.
Well, okay, let's talk about that. He didn't get it scuffed by that white guy.
What happened?
Yeah.
The left guy, he comes up on the left. His right shoe is the one scuffed.
Is that an error in filmmaking?
I don't
or-
think. I think it's a point. It could be.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought
I
it was
mean-
done by the guy's bike.
let's
No, but it's still on the left side. He bumps into him, and his foot is on the right side.
I think it's probably a continuity error.
Really? I mean, it could be. It could be. It's an interesting point of.
Yeah.
yeah, because the one thing I noticed about that character is he's just looking for something to be upset about
Yeah.
the whole movie.
Absolutely.
Between the Wall of Fame and
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
scuff
Yeah.
issue, it's like he just wants to
He-
be upset.
He's
yeah.
angry.
Yeah.
And he needs an output, and it might not be the best way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. That you could be right. I never thought about it.
Yeah.
He's very pissed off regardless.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
on purpose or not.
But
Yeah.
a lot of people are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're getting the shit end of the stick.
Yeah.
And luckily, we live in a post-racist society, and everything is fine
Well,
now.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because this movie is like almost 30 years old now, and it
It's
felt,
funny because
felt like it had its place here. Like it feels.
Oh, it
relevant.
definitely
criticisms
does.
of this movie was that it was trying to stir up shit because we lived in a post-racial society in the late 80s. How funny is that?
Yeah.
And speaking of the end, we just lived through that with Eric Garner just a couple years ago.
It's literally the
Thi-
same fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know, a large black guy being choked out by a New York City cop on the street in front of everybody.
For no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane. This is not my first time seeing it, and I saw it in high school, and like I knew it was serious, and I knew it was a thing, but I wasn't in tune to culture and the world as I am now because I'm so woke and got but this really fucked me up at the end. It really got me. Yeah, because it's like Spike Lee had the fucking like he's telling the future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's what happened. It's over like a stupid little problem. Like, okay, you're not allowed to sell loose cigarettes. You're not allowed to have loud music in there. These are annoying things, but they're not worth being
someone
choked to
dying.
death.
Yeah, murder is not excusable
Yeah.
over loud music
Yeah.
or selling cigarettes or almost anything else. Period.
Yeah.
You know.
It's wild. But
I found Sal's character, like, sometimes he was like real sweet to some of the people around
Yeah.
him, but then like the thing with the music, like he completely flipped a switch.
Yeah.
And it
He-
like set this whole thing into motion.
He has a tough guy image he wants to keep, and you know, sometimes he means well because these Italian characters are sympathetic to a certain extent too.
yeah, you can
but-
care about them.
Yeah, but they are the ones who set this problem in motion, and then they don't. They say what he says, shit happens or something after.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah, you do what you got to do. He has no sympathy for for what happens.
Pino's not a sympathetic character.
No.
John Turturro.
No, he is a
bastard.
He is a
Yeah.
terrible human being.
Yeah, he's. I
I
feel like
agree.
he was an example of people today that just think everybody's out to get them. You know, like
Yeah.
he's like worried about being
Paranoid.
replaced,
Pushed
or
out,
whatever.
yeah,
yeah.
I don't feel welcome, or like this isn't my place. I don't belong here, and like
Yeah, he would feel. That's why he's using the N-word every other sentence.
Yeah.
And why would they want him around?
and like and he's picky and choosy on who he hates.
yeah,
He doesn't hate Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan, but you know doesn't like
yeah.
like this.
Prince.
Yeah, he loves Prince, you know, but this guy around the block is, you know, fuck him.
yeah,
But I do think it's an interesting thing that Ben brought up. Like, Sal is like a sympathetic character. You know, he's sweet to Mookie's sister. He says Mookie
it's kind of creepy.
Even
though.
Mookie, he's
yeah,
like,
you're a
like
son
my
to
son.
me. You're a son
Yeah.
to me. But I think when things are out of his control, he loses it, and his true self comes out. When he
Yeah.
can control and in his pizza shop, you know, that's his world. I'm in charge here.
Yeah, you don't like it, get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, I do agree that I do think he feels more tied to the community than his sons.
Yeah.
because he
felt pride
He
and-
feels pride
yeah.
for feeding their families or feeding these people their
Yeah.
entire lives, and I do think that's interesting. But he is, you know, on edge, and he's also surrounded by, what's his name, Pino,
Yeah.
who is the most racist.
But the thing, like, this is like a perfect example of racism because it's not a black and white issue. It's not, I'm evil and I'm always gonna be evil.
right.
It's your neighbor who, you know, doesn't mind you because you're an Irish American, but can't stand, you know, a mixed couple the
Yeah.
next block who might have a loud car.
right.
You know what I mean?
right. They're conflating things
Yeah.
that don't need to be conflated.
Yeah. So it's there's not another movie like. I mean, there's movies out there that introduce like the gray reality of racism and human beings, but there's nothing like. I think this is like a perfect example because you can have the sympathetic villain almost. You know what I mean? The bad guy who starts it all that you care about, but also there is the victim who is kind of annoying and is kind of a jerk. Like Radio Raheem, you know, is yelling at the Koreans. He's you know, playing loud music, which is annoying. You know, he won't turn it down unless they say please. Like, you know, just fucking turn it down. But Sal jumps up one step, calls it jungle music, uses the N-word, and
Breaks it.
breaks it. Yeah.
Though I will say though, that was the second time Radio Raheem did that to Sal.
Yeah.
He
you
did
know?
it.
Yeah.
He did it antagonistically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because he joined.
Well, I thought it was
bugging
weird
out.
because even though like you said, Radio Raheem was like annoying. The whole time I watched the movie, I saw him as like just a big lovable guy who's playing music because he loves music and stuff. And
the heat gets to him. His batteries die.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, I looked more as like Buggin as the like catalyst. He's trying to get everyone riled up about his issue, and like there's that scene I'm pretty sure where Radio comes up to a group of people on a step, and there's like a confrontation,
Oh yeah.
and
with
he had
the-
the opportunity to fight or do whatever, and he just walks away.
They have
Oh,
a boom.
yeah,
they have a boombox fight.
Yeah,
Yeah. But they actually started to get like, hey, let's get physical, and
Yeah.
he leaves.
I'm
but
jamming,
then,
bro.
But then with Buggin
Yeah.
is where he goes nuts. And,
Yeah.
you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
And same thing with Smiley, the guy, the handicap guy,
The
who,
arson.
yeah, he gets something lights under him, and he's angry, and it's built up, and it catalysts into this riot. Yeah, it's complex. There's no
No easy answers.
easy answer, and through the movie, the title pops into your head for each scenario. It's like, what is the right thing to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who's doing the right thing? And
yeah, I thought the biggest scene related to the title was
The mayor.
oh, you mean like when he's talking to
Yeah, when
Mookie?
he basically gives him that advice.
yeah,
when he's
well
delivering
that's
pizza.
but then that's where it points to later when Mookie decides to throw the garbage can
Oh,
through the window
yeah.
because that
Yeah.
kicks everyone
Yeah.
off
yeah,
just
did he,
riding.
do you
and-
think he did the right thing? And
Yeah.
there's no easy answer, and you can't go yep or no. You know, it's. But I mean, he felt something and he reacted, and
That's why the two quotes used
Yeah.
are so perfect at
Yeah,
the end
yeah.
because they represent both sides of the
Yeah.
same,
Yeah.
coin in some ways too.
But damn, for like a 1989 movie, this is a good looking movie.
Was it 89?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It looks good. It still feels current. It's crazy how good this movie is.
I like the way he shoots things too. Sometimes I like some of those like weird zoomy angles that he does.
Yeah, it does like these crooked
Dutch
Dutch
angles,
angles, and like the dolly does some dolly zooms that look good, and I love like the breaking of the fourth wall where he's like the guy characters are staring at the camera yelling. You
Yeah.
know, it's
They have their racist
Oh yeah, they're like
rants.
Yeah.
it's showing.
They
each,
have that
like,
awesome. It's like that
what
awesome
they all
s-
think.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like that awesome scene in 25th Hour.
yeah, where it's like
It's fuck you scene.
the
Yeah.
15 minutes of him just
Yeah.
going off, and it's interesting because I was like that scene. Like there's people love that scene.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's like
it's not as original as
no,
it
no.
seems. Yeah,
But like it's interesting because it's like a thing like I don't know. It's like what's the word? What's the saying on your chest, Nick? Catharsis. It's like the catharsis. You know, just like letting everybody like letting loose what's deep inside. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But it's something different, isn't it?
No.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it's the catharsis. Everybody lets loose. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And what's like deep inside, and it's just interesting because I don't know if I like it. It's not meant for people to like, I guess. It's meant to be like uncomfortable.
yeah. It's them showing their true feelings.
But like, there's like, but when I was in high school, kids were like, "Yo, this scene is fucking like crazy." You know, he says the N word and he says,
They say a lot more than the N word.
"Well, yeah, you know
Yeah.
what I mean." Though, like, it's like, it's
Yeah, he picks up every like ethnicity
Stereotype.
stereotype there is.
yeah. Nick, what did you think about this?
I don't think I'm as high on it as you guys.
Yeah,
I mean, some stylistic
you
things
weren't
about it.
sold on the acting and like,
It wasn't the narrative issues at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
It was just the structure of the movie that I didn't.
you didn't like it, like because it's kind of like a hangout movie in this area.
It was
Or
just
you wanted
so-
some more plot.
It was so fucking long too. That's another thing.
It's
that
only
I-
two
I think
hours.
it's-
2 hours.
I
It's a 2-hour
thought
movie.
the other
Two-
movie felt
220.
longer, in my opinion.
220.
No,
What?
it's 2 hours
Yeah,
flat.
2 hours.
Was it?
Yeah.
Since you watched it on YouTube, you probably watched it
Like
in
in like
compressed.
Multiple
0.5.
of the same
well,
scene. or something.
0.75
Yeah,
times.
It
So
was
it was-
probably.
So
Yeah,
it
it was
wasn't
2
right.
hours.
Oh my!
that's why Mookie's voice sounded weird.
It might be. Might be.
Oh my God! You watch it in slow motion.
It could
That's
actually.
what they do,
it
so
could
they
have-
don't get, so they're not copyright infringement.
That's
They-
hilarious. That actually probably is what it was.
That's why
That
you
is
should
probably
watch,
what it was.
watch it the way you're supposed to watch it.
No,
It's taking
not-
so
You
long.
cheap bastard!
it fucking cost money.
It didn't cost money. I watched it for free.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so did I.
He told you how.
Yeah.
This,
It was
the
a free trial.
Cinemax thing.
Oh,
Oh God, that's so funny. He watched it in slow motion.
And I was so shocked that you called these people bad actors.
Yeah,
And
yeah. They kept
I don't
on-
think the speed up or slow down would have helped shit though.
of
I really
course
don't.
it would. That would completely
Dude,
change
that
the
is
course.
so-
of
I want my
performance.
I want my salary. It's like, yeah, no shit.
I want my
Salary.
salary.
Yeah, but isn't that
Would you go to, say you just started a riot and broke a window at the pizzeria you
Yeah.
worked at? Would you go the next day and ask for your check?
Probably if I didn't get it.
Yeah. That made me flip. I got asthma. I'm gonna cough. But anybody have anything else they wanted to go over? But yeah, I love this movie.
Yeah, I love the structure. I love that it's one day
Yeah.
and how these
Yeah.
things, and it shows us this neighborhood from so many different perspectives.
Yeah.
I love the old guy sitting on the corner talking shit.
Yeah.
You know, I love it all. It is so influential too to so
Yeah.
many movies, including the Friday movies. Do you like those?
Yes.
Yeah, Friday's
Yeah.
hilarious. Put some hot sauce on my burrito,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
We were just watching the third one, and it was bad.
I
never
never
watched the
saw
third
that
one.
one.
I watched that one last year, I believe.
Yeah.
Is that the Santa
It's a
Claus one?
Christmas
Yeah,
movie.
Yeah.
it creeps me out because like the Santa Claus has like
They get in a fight with Santa
yeah,
Claus.
and he sneaks into their house and it fucks up Craig. But yeah, this movie is huge. I have a higher appreciation than I did when I first watched it 10 years ago, and it's still as relevant as ever. And it's there's fun moments. It feels like you're in New York City. It's fucking loud. Everyone's yelling.
I thought it was L.A.
No, it's
It's
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Was it Brooklyn?
You just because he was wearing a Dodgers shirt
Oh,
is probably what.
Well, they were wearing Lakers shit too.
Yeah, there's Chicago Bulls.
they just like popular teams.
They just
I
love
think.
Bird and Jordan and he was wearing like a fucking Jackie Robinson, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's true. So it was Brooklyn
Brooklyn
Dodgers.
Yeah.
Dodgers. Yeah.
Was it set in the fucking 20s?
I don't fucking
Did all the
know.
characters sound like they are from L.A.?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention to that. It was slowed down.
You were right. So that is so fucking funny. It must have been slowed down so much that it added 20 minutes.
Yeah, it added. I swear to God, I'll
Think about-
I'll send you the link.
How
No,
didn't you
thanks.
notice it? I know how you didn't notice it.
No, I swear to God, my phone actually was dead.
Too bad it's not always dead when
No.
you're watching movies.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. If I gave you $100, would you let me have your phone for a week?
I thought it was 500.
No, it was 100.
Fucking, who would
For
give you
$100?
$500
For
that?
$100. You wouldn't have your phone for 7 days,
Yeah, I'd do that.
would you?
Yeah,
Just think about how being bored you would
Think
be
about
at
how
work.
much you would enjoy life.
it'd
I
be
swear
a
to
tough
God.
week.
No, it wouldn't. When you're watching movies, you would be so much more into them.
It'd be a tough week.
Okay, you can't get on the internet at all
No, I wouldn't do
for
that.
$100.
I wouldn't do
Okay,
that. Fuck that.
$500
I do that for $500.
for a whole week, 7 days.
You're saying you
What would you
couldn't-
do?
You're saying you couldn't watch all the movies you own, the video games you have without internet?
It'd be a rough one.
That's
Be
pre-
rough.
That's pretty pathetic.
It'd be rough.
Nothing can be worse than watching this movie slowed down.
It was slow.
All right. Ben, what are you gonna rate this movie?
I give it a 4. This is the first time I saw it.
Mhm.
I enjoyed it.
How about you, Jordan?
5.
I'm gonna give it a 5 also. This one just really fucking hit me. It was good. What about you, Chris?
I know you guys usually stick to the 5-star rating. I'm going to stick with the review lab style of
Okay,
rating.
all right,
So,
all right, okay.
I'm going to go with 8 out of 10.
Oh, so that okay, yeah.
That's like a 4.
yeah. How about you, Nick?
I'm gonna go with a 2.5 out of 5.
2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't think it was that good.
Old Boy's better.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Just it stars a white guy.
Neither old boys.
What?
Well, it's hard. I can't put them together.
Yeah, they are very
Yeah.
not alike.
One is like important.
One is good and one is not.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna take a little break and we're gonna show
Nick, how to
to speed up
yeah.
that little option on the bottom of a YouTube video where you can speed them up. So it might take a while. I was gonna do something fucking really stupid. I was gonna be like, Ben, give us what we watched this week, huh? Gangster style. But Ben, what did we watch this week?
We watched Murder My Sweet. It was directed by Edward Dmytryk. It was written by John Paxton and based on the novel by Raymond Chandler. It was released in 1944 and it stars Dick Powell, Claire Trevor, Anne Shirley, and Otto Kruger. The plot synopsis is after being hired to find an ex-con's former girlfriend, Philip Marlowe is drawn into a deeply complex web of mystery and deceit.
Ben, have you ever read this one?
I don't think so.
Farewell, my lovely.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's why it seems
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
familiar.
Yeah.
I was okay.
I've watched this. I didn't have it logged on Letterboxd, and as soon as I saw that opening scene with like the blindfold on, I was like, oh, I've
And
seen
him,
this.
the part with the car at night.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
what the fuck? Like, I thought it was
Yeah.
from another
Yeah.
movie, but okay.
'Cause
Yeah, I did read this.
I guess they switched the title because Dick Powell is more of like a musical romantic comedy guy, and they thought
Yeah, I was wondering about that. He was good in it, but he did seem a little weird compared to who usually plays Philip. I know it's multiple people.
Yeah, Bogey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I
We
thought.
played
And
him
that-
once.
Yeah,
And
but he's like the quintessential.
Yeah.
iconic one. And you said Robert Mitchum plays him in the
in
the
Farewell
130
My Lovely in like
yeah.
the 80s or something, or
Okay.
70s or something.
Didn't Elliot Gold play him?
Yep.
Long
yep.
Goodbye.
Yep. Yeah. So
Oh,
this
yeah.
this is my favorite book that I've read from the Philip Marlowe series. Because it's he just gets like the shit kicked out of him. He's drugged. You know what I mean? And I think that's so fucking cool.
He's kind of stumbling his way through this.
Oh yeah.
that's
He doesn't
funny.
know what's going on. People are tricking him.
He's always super confident though.
Yeah.
I like that he's just led through the whole movie just by, hey, I'll give you money to do something. Oh, okay, let me get my hat.
some hot dame just shows him some leg, and he's just like, "Oh, I'll work for you," you know. Yeah, I think it's fun. I think the Moose character is really cool.
I like Moose, too.
The big Indian
The
guy,
muscle.
who just like he has like PTSD from like the war. He's or was he in prison?
He was in prison
He was
for
in
8
prison.
years.
Yeah. Okay. That's what it was.
Man, it's so funny though. Now that I realize it's that book, it's all clicking. But
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was the
Yeah.
same book.
Because I mean, of course, I understood it more in the book because I'm reading it.
Yeah,
but this is
exactly.
twisty. This is twisty.
Yeah, I was getting a little confused.
There's
later on.
Helen and Anne, and I was just getting their names mixed up.
Yeah.
And then there's Velma, which is which
Helen.
is Helen.
which is Helen.
Yeah.
But we don't know
Yeah,
that
I was
until
just-
the end.
I was just getting it all mixed up. But this looks good. This is a good looking noir.
yeah.
I
it is.
like the drugged out dream sequence.
Yeah,
and-
Oh, yeah, me
that was
too.
like
Yeah.
Hitchcocky.
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
Vertigo.
Vertigo.
Yeah.
And
before
well,
Vertigo.
I love the idea of like when he first meets Moose, he's like in the reflection and the neon flicks, and you see him, and like it turns off, and you don't see him, and it's just it looks
are cool
cool.
stylistic
Yeah.
flourishes. I did after the drug sequence. Well, like when he's just walking around and then he's like, "Oh, I'm better." I laughed really hard.
Yeah,
You know, there's some corny stuff like
Yeah.
that, but it's pretty easily forgivable.
this is early noir.
Yeah,
this is
it's-
44.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this is a good one. I think like Dick Powell's okay.
I don't really like Dick
He's not
Powell.
You didn't like him.
Not
He's
really.
not super charismatic.
Yeah.
He felt like a boring, like just throw someone in the role.
He's like a
kind of
homeless
thing.
version of Bogey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like he didn't really do it. He was just like standing.
I mean, I like that character, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he didn't bring any personality to it.
Not
really.
really.
That's true. I see that. But yeah, Moose is good, and I think all the supporting people are good.
Yeah, I
There was no
liked the
one-
weird medicine doctor or whatever. What he has the weird name.
Oromic or
Yeah, I can't. It's like
Amthor?
Amthor.
Amthor,
Yeah.
but I didn't. I thought the drunk lady was pretty funny. She was pretty
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
bad. It's like,
Oh my God, yeah.
like I don't know, Velma.
Well, she was faking it too,
That's
right?
true.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
was
So
faking
she was-
it.
So she could be bad.
Yeah.
So she must have been faking hiding that picture too.
No, I think that was planted or something. Or I don't know. That was weird.
Okay. So
They
the
plant it late. We
She-
later find out that it's planted because he found. Is
I
that
don't,
what it is?
I don't think it was planted. I think she calls because he's figuring stuff out.
Oh, okay.
Because her name's Jessie, and she was the owner or
Of
like,
the club.
yeah.
The club they
but
visited.
the
a long
the
time
picture
ago.
he took was not what's her
Velma.
face.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what was weird about it.
Yeah.
Was like
Oh.
Because he gets it, and she's because she hid it from him, and he's like, I got Velma's picture finally, but then we later learn that it wasn't her.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was confused.
There's a
about.
lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
happened.
it's very It's very twisty
Yeah.
within these few kind of. There's a lot of women who we don't get a lot of time with,
Yeah.
and they all kind of talk similarly, and
And,
I
like,
get confused.
And you don't know which side they're on.
Yeah,
And
they're all
that's
playing
that's
games.
fun too.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
agree. I had a good time with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not the best noir,
I think it's solid noir.
but it's solid. It's
Yeah.
it's just something good to have on. Because there's thousands. There's
Yeah.
literally they shoot pictures, don't they? List of the best 1,000 noir.
yeah, which is
you know what I
fun-
mean.
Which is hilarious.
It's crazy how big that genre is of
yeah.
just
Especially
detective stuff.
If you
It's
think
weird.
about it in that time too, because it's basically over 2 decades.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like pure.
It's and there's like garbage, and then there's like the
Absolutely.
best. But yeah, it's just such a weird genre that there's that much.
Yeah.
But
Well, you look at books and TV and whatever. People just love mystery
and
stuff,
cops,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, yeah.
and
What do you think the best performance of Marlowe was? in all these movies?
Gould. I think Gould is awesome in Long Goodbye because it's so different. But Bogey is great. There's also there's one, I forget, The Lady in the Lake. That's a book.
I know the
Lady
book.
in the Lake is that one where it's one from their perspective
It's
the whole
all
time.
it's all first person. So it's like you see through his eyes and like he looks in their reflection and it's like
yeah.
it's kind of cool, but
It's like found footage, but not.
It wears its like
found footage in the
40s.
40s.
But I
Oh,
think
wow.
Elliot Gould's like the coolest, just because it's a different spin. Like it's like No Country for Old Men, but like the opposite. He's like the old guy in like this new world, and like I don't know. Do you have any?
Hmm?
Have
I
you
have
ever
to-
seen any of them?
I have
No,
to
this
look
is the
at-
first one I've seen.
I have to look at a list of all
But
of
like
the-
Bogey's like the quintessential, because that one is
Big Sleep.
The Big Sleep. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But
have yet to see that one.
But like Robert Mitchum did one in like the 80s, and he's like they're trying to. It's like a little twist. It's with this story, but he's like old. So yeah, I don't know. I think it came out around like Yakuza.
Okay.
So he's like an old Philip Marlowe, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
I'm not-
Elliot Gould is like my favorite, just because I love that movie and it's so weird. Robert Altman, Long Goodbye. Have you ever seen that, Jordan?
I believe so, but I can't
cool.
remember. I think I watched it in college.
Yeah, it's just like another like rambling Altman, but with a
Yeah, here's the poster of the Farewell, My Lovely.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Looks
I
pretty
don't
sick.
know if it's good or not. I'm not sure, but
I like Robert Mitchum, so I'm sure I would enjoy it.
yeah,
I don't think.
I love the genre. I can watch all of them, but there are some like boring ones that like even like some that are like acclaimed that there was like one with Peter Fonda called You Only Live Once, and it's acclaimed and I just couldn't get into it. It was just
The
kind of,
mystery has to be good. If
Yeah.
the mystery's not good, then
yeah. And I remember being like an hour and 10 minutes or being really short, and I'm just like, this feels long.
Yeah, a lot of times I kind of like when they use noir elements in things that aren't exclusively
Yeah.
noir. You know that I
Yeah.
like Brick.
Yeah.
You know I love Brick.
Yeah,
So.
well, or like Blade Runner, like
Yeah.
you know, I love like sci-fi noir.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Looper.
So
you know,
I think I like it. I think I less of the pure noir than
Yeah.
I do of the.
I think something like Inherent Vice, like that feels like it could have been a Raymond Chandler book.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like just all the twists and turns
Yeah.
that happen.
It's almost like making fun of them. And
so yeah,
Yeah.
it's sort of like that.
but it's kind of like Dead Man Don't Wear Plaid. The
think about it.
Steve Martin noir. where-
There's actually some similarities because he literally is a bumbling idiot who falls into solving his
oh yeah,
thing too in Inherent Vice.
Yeah.
just like here. But I think this guy takes himself a little bit more seriously.
yeah. He can. He's not badass in this one.
No,
He can take a punch.
he
and-
is very confident. I do like.
Yeah.
he is confident.
but there isn't like.
I love how he sees her faking it, even though she meant for him to see that. See, that's why I'm getting tricked. Yeah, because
Well, I mean, it didn't really give us any clues to figure out that she was part of it. You know what I mean? Like we
Yeah,
couldn't
she
figure
ha-
it out
she-
ourselves. It just wraps up at the end.
yeah. Well, it's almost like with Jesse, with the old owner knows about the information but isn't allowed to say anything, so
Yeah.
she lets him know discreetly without letting him know that she knows.
Yeah, and that like
So she can't take any.
and they're
blame.
just basically
okay.
like using that horny old man who has like a young girlfriend, and
Yeah, that's weird.
He's-
That was weird.
it's funny. Like in old movies, there's always just like people like
horny old man.
I'm too tired.
And the
you know what I
Jade-
mean? Like,
Jade necklace stuff.
Yeah,
I was getting a
can't
little
talk. I'm
confused.
too tired, and just like they go away, and like I don't think that's ever happened to me ever. You know, like dealing with something, and like
What did you think about his reaction when he got blinded at the end there?
he was just like shit.
He like smacked it. It almost seems like he gets
Oh.
shot because he likes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
he,
kind of
like-
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like because he's kind of like nonchalant about it too. He's just like, yeah, I got this blindfold on
For weeks.
He's like, yeah, when they let him go, he's like, all right, see you guys.
bumps into a wall.
I did like that Anne was in the room the whole time. I thought
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
like the end.
I
You
like
know
that little
she's like
twist, yeah.
secret. You know,
I feel
she's
like he knows though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's one of the things that's kind of tricky that I need to see this movie again for, because there's a lot of who knows what
Yeah.
that we're not being told. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I
Which
don't.
is good.
and like they do it this way so they can have like narration from the book, like he's telling them the story. You know what I mean? It's kind of in the past, and that works. I don't think that's weird, and I don't think the narration is necessarily bad. It's not like Harrison Ford bad in the one cut.
I think it's narration is always
That's like a
very
standard though with most noirs I've seen.
Yeah, it's
having a VO.
You kind of have to. Yeah.
But man, the Harrison Ford one makes me laugh so hard. I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about it, and they like used it as a sample because I couldn't pick it up as memory because they were just talking about the story. They're like, he was so reluctant to do it. He did not want to do it at all, and he was like, I'd rather fucking shoot out in the rain again and like in the cold rain and get beat up and thrown around and then do a voiceover, and he didn't want to do it at all. And they cut to it, and he sounds so fucking bored. He's like, yeah, I walked over.
And that's the theatrical cut.
Yeah,
right?
and it's
so no wonder people didn't like it.
Yeah, it's so funny. He's so bored. And
narration was in the theatrical cut, really?
Of Blade Runner?
Oh, I thought that was like another cut.
No, it's I think it's the theatrical one that people don't.
Yeah,
that
because the direction
people like the final cut,
director
most.
cut. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I remember people talking about it like it didn't have it. Then in another cut it did.
There's a
and
million
people
cuts
didn't like
of
it,
it.
so
Yeah.
then they did that other cut.
Yeah.
It's insane how many cuts there are of that movie.
Is there only one cut of?
2049.
Actually, there was a 4-hour cut or something like that.
They were they were thinking about breaking into 2 movies.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that movie's going to be in my top 10 of the year. I think so. But we'll get to that
We'll get to that.
maybe next month. I don't know. But
Probably in, I think,
early
end of January. I think an end of January because we still won't have seen
We'll
most
see.
of this shit.
Yeah, but we're not going to see, even by the end of January, we won't see no shit. Probably.
Yeah, but like all the stuff that comes out limited in December.
Pretty sure we had this discussion last year.
yeah,
we did.
Yeah, I think so. But let's do it on air.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything else? No,
I thought it was pretty solid.
Two completely random fuck movies.
Yeah, these are all. Remember,
this
this
was
is
the
all
bonus.
from our random.
It was Edgar Wright.
Roulette.
We probably should have said that in the beginning too. That's what where we got these movies. But I guess I don't know. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm gonna give this one like a 3.5. This is not my favorite one, but I still enjoyed it. How about you, Jordan?
I'm at 3.5 as well.
Yeah, Ben.
I'm a little less than that. I'm at a 3.
That's where I'm at. I'm at a
3.
3. It was
It was
okay.
decent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chris.
6 out of 10.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
No,
I have to like do the math. I'm like, all right, that's like.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 6.
that's a 3.
I like that.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
A little confusing.
Yeah. Because he didn't really do or stop anything. He just
He
sort
just
of
kind of went
'cause-
through.
yeah. Moose kills people at the end. You know, he gets knocked out and then someone dies. You know.
Yeah, it might be. It might. If I watch it again, it could either be really cool or
Yeah.
really bad.
I'm trying to think of other examples of movies like this.
I mean, that's
Like-
like a big thing in noir.
Yeah.
Like,
I just think of Beavis and Butthead, where they just go through a huge adventure and not even know they're in it. In Do America or whatever.
Yeah.
That is funny.
like the FBI's chasing.
Yeah, they're
them.
like most wanted in the country, and they're just like
Dude, I remember
Trying
when
to get
when that
laid,
came
yeah.
out, that was like such a big deal. Oh man, I want to rewatch it.
yeah.
again.
Remember when Beavis and Butthead was like the worst thing kids could watch?
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Ren-
mom got pissed when I was watching
I had
it.
MTV Band.
Ren and Stimpy.
In my
Like
house.
my mom's like, that
Oh,
shows
yeah, same.
butts with pimples on it. Don't
My mom would just look at Ren and Stimpy and go like, "What?"
that
Like-
shit's gross.
Yeah, she just so didn't understand it to the point where it's like you can't watch this.
What about cow and chicken?
That's gross too. I don't know
Yeah.
why no one cared
That
about
fucking
that point.
that devil. Who,
IR
his ass-
baboon and shit.
Oh, IR baboon! Like the intro was like him showing his like wet red ass. It was fucking. It was gross.
Yeah, they like they were fixated on that red ass.
IR baboon is so stupid. That's like the kid in like elementary school that's like, I love IR baboon. I'm so random. Penguin. It's like penguin.
Penguin.
I did love those shows.
You
I
were
had
that kid.
I had a cow and chicken sticker on my.
Don't you have a cow and chicken tattoo?
Oh yeah, I had the sticker on my. What do you call those beds that are on top of each other?
Bunk bed.
Bunk
Thank
beds.
you, bunk bed.
Who were you, top bunk or bottom?
I think it changed over. It depends.
Oh.
You guys switched?
Yeah.
Whatever you felt like that night.
It was.
Hey, I'm sleeping up top.
It was weird. I don't know. Sometimes I was bottom. Sometimes I was.
Sometimes I woke up and I was on the bottom when I was on the top.
Yeah, cow and chicken is kind of reminiscent of like Noir.
Yeah. Weasel.
I am Weasel. Then
IR baboon.
oh god, that's so fucking stupid.
So clever.
Angry Beavers. What else was out there?
Cowardly Dog.
Oh,
That's a good
that
show,
was
though.
Scary.
That shit's noir.
Yeah.
But he had a fucking hole in his tooth. That's gross.
Oh,
It's
that
like a
is
perfect-
gross.
Perfect hole.
That show is scary. That's like Twilight Zone for kids. I
Yeah.
love that.
But
You should buy those seasons, Nick.
Which
Or
ones?
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Fuck no.
You probably never watched it.
did you watch cartoons as a kid? No. Yeah, I think
What'd
we
you
talked about
watch?
this.
Power Rangers and shit like
Well,
that.
that's
Oh.
Same idea.
WWF.
Yeah, WWF.
Like live action stuff.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't watch any cartoon ever.
Not really.
Big Bad Beetleborgs. That was
Ninja
like
Turtles?
Power Rangers.
Mm-mm.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I watched that.
We got you.
A little bit.
We got
it.
ya.
We got him.
Well, Jordan
We are
drops
troopers.
Jordan dropped some fucking heavy news on me today. He showed me a video of Pikachu talking.
Oh.
Did you see that clip?
That was big news, yeah. I saw a bunch of reaction videos of kids not kids, adults in the theater flipping out.
Well, Jordan announced it to me like Pikachu
it was a real
like, He
animal
was like,
and-
"Hey, Pikachu, did you see that Pikachu actually talked?" Or he's like it wasn't like a decision the animators made. It was like looked at the
Like
screen
it
and was
just
like,
did it.
"Hey, hello."
It's so funny that it looks like it's the conclusion of that movie. Like the biggest moment of that movie.
It's like
Yeah.
and it's
Pikachu
just-
talks.
And
What's he
it's
say?
just-
I always want.
It's
I
supposed
wanna
to be an
with you."
emotional moment.
Yeah.
yeah. Because why don't
Pikachu-
you want to go on your Pokeball?
But I love you.
What's Ethan think?
I need to ask.
You always do this. I need to ask Ethan.
I need to ask Ethan about that. I'll ask him right now.
So while he's getting some info about Pikachu talking, it's Nick's month next month,
Mhm.
and did you decide?
Yeah.
What
We're
are we
going to do Christmas movies, but not the
Traditional
not-
kind?
Non-traditional.
We're going to do the
Yeah.
typical, non-typical
Yeah.
Christmas list.
So
Yep.
can I try guess?
Sure.
Like, Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
Christmas with the Cranks.
Die Hard.
I just watched Christmas with the Cranks.
Ooh.
How
Why?
bad is that? Tim Allen?
Your favorite joke
I had
is
to
the
watch
Botox
a
joke?
couple of them. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Is it Tim Allen?
Yeah. Jamie Lee
Jamie
Curtis.
Lee Curtis.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
We saw that in the theater.
Dan
didn't we?
Aykroyd.
What the fuck did we see that for?
I don't
Oh
know.
man.
Was I with you? I don't remember.
You possibly
Possibly. Yeah.
were.
So-
We're going to do Black Christmas, not the remake, the original. We're going to do Silent Night, Deadly Night. We're going to do Edward Scissorhands, and we're going to do Batman Returns.
Oh, okay.
So we're doing 2 horror and 2 Timmys.
I'm
Yep.
glad you didn't pick Die Hard.
No.
And what's the what's the next
The next episode is going to be Edward Scissorhands and Batman
Oh.
Returns, and we're going to have a guest.
Okay.
What?
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 Nothing.
Well,
I didn't get a response.
we're getting those Batman movies out. We won't be
Yes.
talking about them ever again, right?
Yep. They're knocking them out. We won't be talking about Tim Burton ever again. I don't
Are you
think.
going to be watching Batman?
Hey,
on-
says who?
Well,
Yeah.
we talked about Ed Wood.
It's still
There's
There's
I want to
do a
watch.
whole-
Talk about
We can
Charlie and
talk
the
about-
Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
could talk about some of his good movies.
like
We are.
Dark Shadows.
Maybe Big
Planet of the
Fish.
Apes.
Oh,
We didn't talk about Beetlejuice.
Big Fish and Beetlejuice are like the two good ones we haven't talked about.
yeah. I mean, that's okay.
Frankenweenie's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. But yeah,
Well, this
Corpse Bride, you don't want to do
you guys
I
sound,
like that.
you guys sound like fucking IR baboon fans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Penguin.
Penguin. I'm random. I fucking
I'm
hate
so
that.
random.
I'm so random. Hot topic. Penguin. It's like there was a fucking kid in high school who'd be like,
Who is it?
I'm not dropping names, but he'd go pineapple.
You have to tell me who that is.
Yeah, you get 3 guesses. I'll give it.
You're gonna let me guess right
Oh
now.
yeah. No, that is boring. But yeah, the kid would walk up and he'd go pineapple.
Using your-
Just like I'm random, I'm funny, and I fucking hate that stuff.
Do you think he would think about that the rest
Are
of the
his
day? Like,
initials BW?
Probably.
He was in my grade.
So is this kid.
Oh,
VW
what's
with the ketchup.
It's Nick. No. It's his friend. It's his friend.
Yeah, I knew it was from that group.
Yeah.
MK.
But it's Nick Leyland. It's not Nick Leyland.
Hey, have you guys ever seen Silent Night, Deadly Night, and Black Christmas?
I've
I
seen
saw
the Tim
Black
Burton
Christmas.
movies.
Oh yeah, I know.
So
that.
But not
are these two movies the same? Basically, like a Santa Claus killer.
No,
Oh, okay.
garbage.
they're both slashers.
Yeah. I just figured like.
What'd you say?
Christmas-
Garbage?
Garbage day.
Oh, that's part 2.
Yeah.
So give us. Okay. So Black Christmas is a killer.
Black Christmas actually was made before Halloween, so
Oh.
they say
77,
that
right?
78, I'm
Six? I
six
don't-
maybe,
70.
but
something.
it's effective.
You
in my
like all?
opinion.
You've seen all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Silent Night, Deadly Night is probably the one I'm looking forward to watching the most.
So we just got an update. Ethan is not a fan of the talking Pikachu. So but
Nick, are you going to be providing the YouTube links to watch these at half speed?
I was already thinking about that. I'm like, I wonder what if these movies are on anything to stream.
Probably
Well,
Amazon.
We'll fucking
I
rent them
would
if we
think
have
you would
to.
want
Yeah.
to take less time and you would speed them up.
What's that? Dude, I didn't know it. I
Do you speed
I
up
didn't know I
podcasts
was
when you
watching
listen
any
to them?
different.
That's a serious question. Do you speed up podcasts? Because I know a
I
lot
can't
of
do
people
that.
do
I can't.
I
do
don't.
That.
Yeah, I listen to them at normal speed.
Yeah.
I didn't know that movie was slowed down. I really
I
didn't.
skipped through the ads, but
Yeah, I skipped through the ads.
but yeah, I forgot to say this episode is brought to you by McDonald's. Enjoy the Big Mac.
Burger Wendy's?
Wendy's. We're this is
You can talk about Popeyes and your
yeah,
unhappiness.
yeah.
Your
It wasn't
distaste.
very good.
Didn't taste very Louisiana.
Tasted like Harrisburg.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up. We figured out what we are doing next month. We're doing Christmas movies, some Tim Burton, some slashers.
Murder My Sweet.
And you can email us at anotherlookpod@gmail.com. You can get us on Facebook. You can rate and review our podcast on
You
iTunes.
can listen on YouTube.
Can get
if that's
Jor-
your
Can
thing.
get Jordan on Brazzers.
So thanks for Chris for stopping by.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank-
dude.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you,
having me.
Chris.
And watching the movies. And
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome.
would like to have you back. I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Good night.
Bitch, you thirsty, please grab Sprite. My crib's lurking, don't die tonight. I just wanna dance with you, baby. Just don't move too fast, I'm too crazy. Man, down the avenue, get shady. Take a nigga mind off that. We can dip, fuck in the whip, slide right back in the function. One wrong word, start.